Good morning, everyone. This monsoon morning, we are going to discuss about quite a different type of subject. It's not psychological, not philosophical, not neurological, not economical, not educational, not social, but it is about mother. What is the importance of mother? Annie Henderson has said, quote unquote, no job like mother raising kids. On this planet between paradise and the planet Earth, you are never going to find any job resembling to the job of the mother raising kids. Totally different job which requires not only physical strength but mostly emotional fountain, emotional jet. Jet of emotion is actually needed in that. Soft touch, soft talking, soft knowledge, soft treating, soft dealing. Every single thing is done in a so soft way, like someone has said that raising a baby is like frying a small fish. If you are going to turn up the heat, that fish is going to burn up. Babies are also like that. Children are like that. Kids are like that. If you are going to turn up the heat, kids are definitely going to be damaged psychologically, emotionally, sociologically, educationally, every which way. Mom is only the mom. She understands how to raise kids. She has an innate ability. She doesn't go to any college, university, or any other humbug places. No humbug place can teach mom how to be a mom. Every single thing is inherent. Every single thing is innate. Every single thing is intrinsic. Nothing is extrinsic. Intrinsic. That is why we have a very good saying in our vernacular Gujarati language. Ma e ma. Baki bada vagdana va. Ma is only the ma. Ma is only the person in our life who can make a big difference. Everyone else is like a wind of the woods, wind of forest. Doesn't have any kind of importance. They come in our life and they go out of our life without leaving any kind of impact. Or there is any kind of impact, that would be scar. Ma will never give you scar. Ma will never give you injury. Ma will never hurt you. Everyone else can do that, willingly or unwillingly, wittingly or unwittingly. So I have created 4 points from the article of Annie Henderson. I have made some changes. I have taken liberty to make some changes according to Indian society and according to my observation of mom. Point number 1 is loss of love and loss of affection blending together. There is no other job you need love and affection at all. You don't need visceral faculty. You need only cerebral faculty. You need only physical strength. No any kind of emotional strength or mental strength. Only physical strength. But this is only the job of raising your kids. Mom needs lots of emotional strength. Mom must be very, very healthy emotionally. She is going to blend lots of love and lots of affection and pass it on. This whole blend will pass it on to a child in child's upbringing. If child doesn't get ample amount of love and affection, this child is not going to be a perfectly blossomed child. Growing or upbringing does not require just a food and water. It requires lots of serotonin, lots of serotonin, lots of dopamine, lots of adrenaline, lots of love, lots of affection, lots of attention, lots of beauty of human behavior. Beauty of human behavior surrounding the baby, surrounding the child. Point number 2. Protecting from all kinds of vagary of weather and the world. This world is full of negativities, full of adversities, full of hate, full of disdain, full of every single thing that you don't like. But you have to tolerate every single thing because you are the part of this world. You have to take worst with the best. Whenever worst thing happens in your life, don't get disappointed or dismayed. But look at the best thing has happened in your life. All the best things that have happened in your life. Just look at them. Then you are going to see the worst thing is only in small, teeny-weeny minority. You go back and you're going to find out that 100 things, best things have happened. One bad thing is not going to let you down at all. So don't let yourself down, because this is the world. Nobody has said that the world is perfect. But mom is there to protect child from all kinds of vagaries, all kinds of negativities, all kinds of adversities, all kinds of problems, all kinds of grievances of this world. Point number 3. Bona fide source of great guts and gusto. When we see the child is fully blossomed, perfectly grown up, every which way, all-round personality, then you must realize that his mom would also be perfect. Perfect mom actually pass on her grits, guts and gusto to her child. And the child actually suckle all kinds of guts, grits and gusto from mom's milk. When he is suckling, the breast of mom at the time, he is suckling not only lacto from the lacto glands, but he is suckling all kinds of qualities, all kinds of virtues, all kinds of goodies, all kinds of grits, all kinds of guts, all kinds of gusto. And this way, when he grows up to be a perfect human being, for the nation, for the society, for everyone around. It turns out to be like a neem tree, providing all kinds of benefits, all kinds of medicinal properties, and very, very comfortable shade to everyone. He doesn't turn out to be thorn tree. No thorn tree, but he turns out to be a neem tree. Point number 4. Mother will never betray you or defeat you or deject you. Everyone else cannot be trusted 100%. I've seen over here in Indian community, in Junagadh society, in America, that fathers have rejected, dejected and abandoned the kids. Fathers have done it, mothers have never. Mother has actually fought for the custody of her kids in the court from her father. But I don't remember father going to court for the custody of the kids. Because what the quality of mother has, that kind of qualities are not given to father by the nature, by the God. So you are always going to act according to your qualities. Always going to act according to your quality no matter what. No matter what happens. You are definitely not going to change your qualities, so mother never expects that mother is going to change her quality. And that motherlyhood, that motherly love and affection, that motherhood is never going to go away. It is definitely going to live with you as long as we live, or as long as God bless our parents, they live. They are going to keep on showering the jet of love and affection, even if we are in our sexagenarian, or we are in octogenarian, or nonagenarian, or septuagenarian. It doesn't matter. We may be 60 years old, our parents may be 85 years old, still they are going to keep on showering the jet of love and affection on us. That's all the time we have. Thank you very much for listening. God bless every parent. God bless every kid. God bless everyone on this planet. Amen.